Welcome to YLC, the Young Leaders Committee that promotes and grows youth leadership that ensures the future leaders lead from today by educating and inspiring them to soar higher and higher.
Welcome to session 1/5/2, and the topic today is leadership and home challenges. This is YLC, the platform for sensitizing young fellows to aspire to leadership while young, vibrant, and full of energy. The time will come when you will wish you engaged vitally in leadership in your youth. Your brain cells and perspectives on life are such as can take you far into prominence. Rise to discover the way up. Yes, we said it very clearly in our last session that you came from a home. You have the gen and traits of the home where you came from, and you reflect it in life. The home is the base, the foundation of life and living. It provides the sociological, emotional, and practical support with enthusiasm that drives you or drags you. What you pick from your home will either drive you or drag you. You have to go beyond the ordinary, therefore, in order to go beyond the limitation and traits of the family from which you came into this world. This is true and demands your rational response. People naturally and inadvertently learn and grow with the things they emulate at home. That's why we're talking about leadership and the home. This includes leadership styles, principles, and others which they practice outside the home. Therefore, the state of the home is crucial and impacts on the leadership at work. The state in the home stabilizes or destabilizes, encourages or discourages, builds or tears down. This is often carried into leadership outside the home. So we can say categorically that leadership outside reflects the state or type of home the leader comes from and the challenges in the home. In considering leadership and home challenges, we will examine 5 main issues that are critical. 1. Perspective of challenges in the home. Merriam-Webster says challenge is a stimulating task or problem. Thus, it can be viewed from 2 major perspectives: something that stimulates and brings forth a good outcome, or a problem that can either weigh or tear down. A blogger has this to say: in every situation you encounter, you have a choice. You can meet challenges with a sense of helplessness and irritability, or you can meet them with perspective. He adds that recent science says when you choose the latter, you will be better able to reframe difficult situations and view the world through a different lens, and that this can keep you going at your highest level of productivity and performance, even when you are in situations that might otherwise bring your concentration and creativity to a standstill. End of quote. It is thus evident that your perspective determines your leadership in a given situation and what comes out of it. If leaders at home will only develop a possibility perspective and view issues at home from the solution angle, they are more likely to get solution easier and faster than usual. This is because your perspective determines your psychological state and affects your reasoning, which in turn provides the needed solution in that circumstance. Even if a positive perspective fails to fetch the needed solution, it will unfailingly relax your mind sufficiently to face other issues in life. Now let's look at perspectives of the home, the way you look at your home. Over time, some married persons have developed the negative feeling that their home is too hot for them, that returning home at the end of the day is returning to troubles. This calls for the management of the situation at home which aroused such feelings. Your perspective of your home is important and either gives you or robs you the stamina to face the challenges there. Your perspective of your home is important and either gives you or robs you the stamina to face the challenges there. Ricky Edwards says that perspective helps us to understand situations from other positions or angles. It helps us to consider other beliefs, experiences, and viewpoints. This gives us a better understanding and greater empathy. It reduces bias, judgment, and reduces conflict. End of quote. This happens much more in the home and calls for your attention, especially if you don't intend to carry home challenges to your place of work. To carry your home challenges to your place of work will affect your productivity, in addition to the possibility of getting you into trouble with the organization or with individuals. Now, let's look at the third point, which says prospects come from challenges. Now, that takes us back. What is your perspective of challenges? We are saying prospects come from challenges. Prospects are probabilities or chances for future success, especially as based on present work or aptitude. They may not be present realities, but have the potential to actualize future realities. Many challenges in life come with prospects, especially if we view them aright, take appropriate steps to work on them, and decide to make the best out of it all. When challenges are viewed positively, they help you come up with out-of-the-blue surprises. This is because creativity is a child of desperation that emanates from a challenge when we resolve to not go down with the challenge, but to have it as a ladder to greater heights. But you must change your perspective. You must realize the need for a change in perspectives and have the willingness to do so. One way to a great positive perspective change is to ask, have I come across a similar challenge before? Have I read or heard about a similar challenge before? What could be the way out? And in these days of search engines, Google to find answers to this question. However, this connotes a readiness to gain prospects from the home challenge. Consult a brilliant fellow if the need arises. Let's look at the next point. Promotions follow overcoming challenges. That is to say, challenges give us opportunities to earn promotions. The fortitude to face home challenges and overcome them or convert them into prospects pays off with great dividends. It prepares leaders to venture into similar or even different challenges in their place of work. The story has been told of a young teenager who confronted a bear and a lion and mysteriously killed them. In that confidence, he confronted a giant with just a sling and also killed the giant. This is an example of transferring success in one domain to another. The end result of this feat is upliftment. And the last point we want to look at is problems at home and leadership in the workplace. Is there any relationship? Problems at home can either be a stepping stone to handling challenges at work or demoralize and weaken leaders from pushing through to success in their offices. It's an individual matter. It's essentially based on knowledge, willingness, and ability to change perspectives. You must recognize the possibility of unwittingly transferring aggression from home to office or from office to home. This should be avoided as much as possible. Finally, problems of leadership in the home must be tackled early to avert their snowballing into conflagration. Such disasters usually have grave consequences that are often taken to workplaces. Thanks for tuning in and listening to the end. Like and share this video to help rescue a home from disaster. We also encourage you to subscribe and get others to also subscribe so you can get subsequent videos directly with ease. See you at the next session. Thank you.